Nick, Wild Web, Heavyweight, 11-0, 9 knockouts. Subscribe to Sporting Icon for your latest boxing news. Come!
British heavyweight boxing legend Frank Bruno has tipped Daniel Dubois to be a bigger star than Anthony Joshua. And this is what Frank Bruno had to say. I think Daniel will be bigger than AJ. He's very, very good prospect and only needs to stay on his game, focused and hungry. Daniel is keen, thirsty, eager to learn and a nice, level-headed guy. Right, so, Frank Bruno's statement. Now, that would be great if he is. For me, Daniel Dubois, he has a record of 7 wins, 7 knockouts, undefeated, of course. And he's certainly doing the right things. He's pressing the right buttons for a lot of people. He's only 20 years old, of course, but there are other prospects around of similar age. You have Nathan Gorman. He's 12-0 at only 21. And you have Naylor Ball, who's also with Frank Warren, just like Nathan Gorman is as well, where Naylor Ball is 4-0, and he's only 20 years old as well. So Frank Warren always has a fallback plan if Daniel Dubois doesn't fulfill his potential. Now, of course, a lot of people are a little bit worried that Frank Warren is going to push Daniel Dubois a little too hard, too soon, if you like. And I can kind of see the scenario happening, no doubt about it. Frank Warren is very, very keen to replace Anthony Joshua. He wants an Anthony Joshua in his stable, and he's putting his hopes on Daniel Dubois. But that doesn't mean it's going to happen, just because people would love to see Daniel Dubois versus Anthony Joshua one day in a mega fight doesn't mean it's going to happen. Many things could happen between now and then. We do know that Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua have had sparring before, and sparring stories have come out that Daniel Dubois actually knocked Anthony Joshua down or out in sparring. And that was kept up for quite a while, but as it turned out, Anthony Joshua said that he pretty much put Daniel Dubois up to that, along with Joe Joyce and Lawrence Okolie, so these kind of stories are not true. The only real sparring story that is true is David Price. But, hey, who knows? Who knows? But he's definitely looking the real deal. Like I say, he's 20 years old and built like a damn tank, and he's got the power as good as anybody in the game. But he is only 20, and we will keep on going back to that he has a lot of time to learn. His footwork, if we was to look at it from a polished fighter's perspective, if you like, of what a polished fighter is, he's nowhere near it right now. He's got the power, no doubt. He's got the look. Not that you need the look, but he does have the look. Does he really have the attitude of, I'm going to destroy anybody who I step in foot in the ring of? Because at the minute, he's still learning his own personality. He's 20 years old. He's just going through maturity, if you like. So he's nowhere near it. His footwork is very, very slow. His head movement is virtually non-existent. And he is there to be hit. He's been tagged on a couple of occasions now by far lesser opposition. But this is heavyweight boxing. You know, this is a fight game. He's supposed to get hit. Nobody would expect him to go through fights and not get hit. I would like to see him step up a little bit. Okay, and I understand where a lot of people are saying he should be fighting much better opponents. And I can certainly see where people are coming from, because there's part of me that says, I want to see how good he really is, you know. Stick him in there with Nathan Gorman, stick him in there with Dave Allen and Nick Webb and all like these kind of guys, right? But maybe it's a step too far. I think we need to be a little bit patient with Daniel Dubois, and hopefully Frank Warren will be also. Yes, of course, he is blasting through people, but he's still learning. He really is. For me saying that I want him to step up, I'm not asking him to step up to go face the other British prospects around, like a Nick Webb or Nathan Gorman, these kind of guys, okay? But as much as I would love to see it, I really, really would. I think he just needs somebody who's going to give him a few rounds, but will ultimately end up getting laid out. And I don't believe Nathan Gorman is going to lay down. He could even put out Daniel Dubois right now. Dave Allen could. Nick Webb could. Of course, we all have our own opinions on that one, and that's not to say I'm right or you're wrong. Not at all. We don't know how good Daniel Dubois is going to be. And while we all expect him to be something special in the future, expecting him to do it right now, I think is too early. He's too green. He's too wet behind the ears. I don't know whether or not he's got the heart yet. So when the pressure gets hit on him and he's getting teed off on the ropes and there's no escaping, How's he going to hold up? Now, that's not to say that he's supposed to have a granite chin. Nobody would expect a heavyweight to have a granite chin. There's only so much any man can take, right? But it'll be interesting to know if he gets tapped, will he go down? That's the only thing I'm more interested in. And I want somebody to actually lay into him for a good round or two, because it's a great learning experience for him. I want to see how he handles it. But like I said, I'm not trying to push him in there with any kind of opponent who I believe may be a bit too good for him right now. I'm not expecting him to do a Mike Tyson and become world champion by the time he's 21 years old. I'm not expecting that. And I would hope this didn't happen. I would like him to be steadily pushed along. People will moan about his opponents, but so what? Let him moan. Okay, everything is for the future. Everything is for learning right now, and in time, he needs these rounds. So putting him in with people where he's going to blast him out in the first round, that's no good. He needs somebody who's going to give him a good 3 or 4 rounds for the next couple of fights at least. Anyway, that's just my opinion. You let me know. Is Frank Bruno right where he says that Daniel Dubois could be bigger than Anthony Joshua? Is it a case of he physically can be and he's good enough to be, or is it a case of Frank Warren, well, maybe he can't make him as popular as maybe what AJ is, or that kind of thing? So drop your thoughts below, click that thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.